The King has always been one of my favorite characters in the Cars movies, not only because he mirrors a real-life racer, Richard Petty of course, and is voiced by Richard Petty, but also, his model is just so cool to look at. The Plymouth Superbird is such a unique design with that gigantic spoiler in the back, and then Disney and Pixar paired that with this amazing Dinoco paint job that is an Easter egg to Toy Story with the whole gas station thing. So really just an all-around great character. I'm so glad after 14 years we have him in some sort of special edition here being silver. Now granted, we did get a metallic lenticular release back in 2010, but I never was a big fan of the lenticulars, so I'm so happy that they now released him silverized. And even better, now we have all three of the classic racers from Cars 1, Lightning McQueen, Chick Hicks, and the King in a silver paint job. So we'll be comparing all three of these and taking some cool pictures later on in the video. But let's just start here with his packaging. So he is in case E of 2020 singles, and he's also in case F, which I will be unboxing on Saturday, so just in a few days here. So definitely stay tuned for that, guys. Coming out at 1 p.m. Eastern time, which is 12 Central time, 11 Mountain Time, and 10 Pacific Time. And then, of course, varies for other countries and whatnot. So if you don't get him in case E, which is currently being found at Target stores across the United States, you will hopefully be able to get him in case F, because there are two in case F, and that case is being found in Australia right now. So really, all around, he is being distributed quite well amidst even the COVID-19 virus panic and delays and all that stuff. But anyway, he is in the Silver Collection series, and you can see the logo for it is a silhouette of a silver McQueen. To me, it really looks like Primer McQueen, because Primer McQueen is gray and has only the 95 decal. So I think it's safe to assume that we will see a silver Cars 3 McQueen, I would guess, coming to this series in, a few months. We know that Raul Cerul is coming, and Silver Tim Treadless, who I have there in the background. Miguel Camino was released in case D. Jackson and Chick were in case C. So these have been out for a little bit now, and of course this is the King. The description reads, "Stylish and speedy, these shining racers pay homage to the roots of racing." Awesome. So yeah, pretty much all racers in this series so far. Although I wouldn't be surprised if eventually they did like a Silver Sally. I think that'd be super cool. Unfortunately though, for the artwork on these, they do not silverize the character like they did in the Walmart Silver line in 2015, which was actually really well done. But anyways, I'll be right back with the King all opened up. So here is the King all opened up, looking phenomenal, and we all know where he appears in the movie, so I don't really need to go through that, but I will show you my favorite picture of him from any of the Cars movies, and of course he only appeared in Cars 1 and 3, but yeah, it's this one right here where McQueen actually passes him and Chick Hicks, but he is smiling. It's for like a split second, it's hard to catch, but you can see he's smiling because not only is the King happy for him to, be succeeding and being successful, but it's also, great to him because his advice actually came to fruition with McQueen. If you guys remember at the beginning of the movie, the King gives McQueen a bunch of advice. McQueen doesn't even listen to him. He just daydreams about Dinoco the entire time. However, ironically or luckily enough, that actually comes to fruition about getting a good team around you, which he does. So the King's very happy about that. And, he's also happy that Chick's not winning. He probably would be fine with him or McQueen winning, just definitely not Chick, which unfortunately is what happened anyway, but we're not going to talk about that part. But yeah, let's get into the review here. So, of course, Silver the King is from Thailand. And then the one here I have on the right is one of the original China releases. You can even see here on the base, it says Plymouth Superbird 1970. So you can see this is a really old one because there's not many markings on the base. The King was one of the original 2006 Desert releases, as he definitely deserved to be. But anyways, the expression is pretty much the same, but being from Thailand now, it does look a little different. Not a huge fan of it, but it looks all right. We've always had this expression for the King looking to the right with a long grin. It's pretty funny how long his smile is. Look at my King even has a chip right there. Looking at the hood here and the Dinoco detail or decal, it actually is extremely clear. You know, considering Thailand usually has grainy decals, this Dinoco logo is actually very well done. It actually might even look better than this, you know, whatever, probably 2008 around there, release here of the King. The 43s look really clear as well there. Then, of course, you have the little bolts on his hood. Now, I really do like that they left his rims, or actually, no, they changed his rims from silver to blue. Now, I like this because it adds a lot of contrast to the design. If you left them silver, then he would have a lot of silver, which would be a little too much. I think the blue is great, as, you know, it is here for just the King, you know, to have silver rims. If they were blue for the normal King, it would be too much. So really, these are almost like inverted of each other. And I don't know, I really like that. It looks really good. Now let's take a look at the contingency sponsors, because Thailand always tends to struggle with them. And sure enough, they did here as well. Especially with Easy Idle, Retread, Gasprin, and Low Torquey Pistons. Those look terrible. Even back in 2008, they looked better. They don't look great here, but they certainly look better. Then you have Piston Cup, No Stall, Mood Springs, and Vitaline. Those look way better coming from China. Unfortunately, they just struggle with the smaller decals. But like when you get to the Dinoco logo and the number here, 43, it's clear. Very strange, because usually it's the opposite. As decals get smaller, the image quality increases because there's less distance for the pixels to cover. And so your eye can't pick up on it unless you were to enlarge it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a hard topic to visualize without seeing it. You have 43 there on the roof, which looks really good. 43 below the spoiler. They also changed the window bars to a darker gray versus the silver they were before. He's got the bolts back there still, which are not painted on. They are part of the body. They're raised up, which is really nice. They even changed his spoiler to gray, which is something I wasn't expecting, because sometimes with the World Grand Prix racers, they would leave the spoilers the same color as the normal version. They did this with even World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen. The Dinoco logo there looks fantastic, if not better than the China version here. They did a great job of putting it over the gas cap, whereas, you know, here the gas cap kind of, I don't know, it distorts the decal a little bit. But here, you know, it's nice and clean. Similar thing here on the back, 43 and Dinoco looks great to me. So really the only problem with the decals of Silver the King is the contingency sponsors. Now also, instead of having a silver bumper back here, they changed that to black, as it now is part of the base as well. So as you can see before here, it's its own piece. Actually, it might have actually been part of the base, but they painted it. Yeah, I think it is part of the base, but they painted it, and now they just left it black, which is interesting. Again, if they had silver, it would be a little much. And there is the base. Let's see when he was made. Where's his date stamp? M51A, so the 51st week of 2019. M, of course, stands for 2019, and A for the factory. Now, another interesting thing about the base here that you can feel is that this part right here is very flat. Like the angle of incline there, I'd probably say it'd be about 35 degrees. But here, this is more like a 45-degree angle, and even has like, I don't know, a hillish form to it. You can see that it gets steeper and steeper up here. It's just very strange how the base is made. It's definitely at a different incline there. Interesting stuff, interesting stuff. It also has a different feel. Look at all the stuff they put on the base here. They still have to credit Plymouth Superbird, though. And Petty now. They're even putting Richard Petty on there, which they did not do back in the day. That's interesting. Cool. So now you got Petty on there and Plymouth Superbird, but not the year 1970 anymore. All right, so a couple other things I want to talk about. The windows are now opaque versus being transparent before, as you could see pretty much through them. If there was something in there besides blackness, you'd actually be able to see it. Here they are opaque. All right, so let's compare them to a few other The Kings. So here's the metallic lenticular release from 2010. Now let me know in the comment section below, which do you prefer, metallic The King or silver The King? It's going to be a tough pick because both are really, really cool. Now, as you guys may know, there's also an unreleased canceled version of metallic The King where he does not have lenticular eyes. So if you were to ask me between these two, which would be my favorite, I may have to go with metallic The King because it is a classic. And I think he just looks really cool with this shade of blue. But if you were to ask me between these two, I would definitely go with the silver one because I'm not a fan of the moving eyes at all. I mean, especially on him, it looks terrible at most angles because it looks like you have 4 eyes there. Oh, that's terrible. Disgusting. So those are the variants of the King I wanted to show you guys. And now we'll bring in the 2 other silver racers, Lightning McQueen and Chick Hicks, both from Cars 1. So that's picture worthy right there. Screenshot that, guys. That is just amazing. I also did this with headsets or something. I think when I reviewed Chick or something with headset, or the King with headset, I also showed the 2 other ones with headsets. So I don't know. I love these 3 racers. They really are at the core of the franchise in the Piston Cup sense. The rivalry between at least, McQueen and Chick and the King and Chick is so amazing in the movies. I wish we got to see a little bit more of the King in Cars 3. And I really wish they were able to bring Michael Keaton back for Chick Hicks in Cars 3. So I was not super happy about how these 2 characters were portrayed. But it is what it is. Now, it's interesting to note that for each of these, the rims they did something different with. For McQueen, they changed them to silver. For the King, they changed them to blue. And for Chick, they left them the same. 3 different techniques. Changing it to silver, or leaving it the same. Now, which out of these 3 is your favorite? Now I'm probably going to have to say the King for sure. Although they all are super cool. Alright. I also have Jackson Storm here, Silver Eyes. So actually we can get all 4 of these guys in the frame. This is another nice little screenshot. Maybe that would look a little better. Cool. I'm screenshotting right now myself. Jackson Storm is really one of my favorite Silver Eyes as well because there's so much on him that, it's just empty space where you can really admire the silver tone. And anyways, I also do want to show metallic Cal Weathers here. Even though he's not silver, still metallic. And then you can kind of do this. Lots of cool pictures you can make here. Alright guys, well that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do. Whoa, where are you going there, my friend? I really do appreciate it since, most schools have been canceled due to the COVID-19 virus. I assume you guys are at home just kind of chilling, self-quarantining yourselves, I guess, unfortunately. And so I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos during this. I mean, it's actually, a nice little escape from the stresses going on right now. Just watch some YouTube videos. There's tons of content out there. I'm sure you'll find something you would enjoy. So yeah, guys, tomorrow I'm not sure. I don't think I'll do a video tomorrow, but Saturday, Case F will be unboxed. So March Madness continues here on the Disney Docket channel, even if it's canceled in real life. So definitely stay tuned for that. Sunday, I might have a video. I might even live stream. We'll see what happens. I don't have anything planned. And then next week, I will review the 2 new cars out of Case F. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.